or buy it from a shady site, then pirate it, of course. Like he's not wrong there. It's just that doesn't seem to be the argument of this video at all. I don't think he's making a very compelling argument for why I should do that. I was thinking in his scenario, like, I don't have a pirate site available to me right now, but am I gonna find his game on a pirate site even? Like, at that point, maybe he needs to upload it there and be like, hey, here's my game. Like, if you can't afford to buy this, you know, go to this, like, here's the game for free. Just push the free button, you know what I mean? Because ultimately, who's gonna create a pirated copy of this? His game has 4 average viewers on Steam. You know what I mean? I don't know. He's not wrong in the sentiment that is, especially for a small developer like him. You should definitely pirate instead of buying it from a small developer. But I think it's wrong to imply that he's not making money off it necessarily, because there is an incentive there to have more people playing your game, right? Like, let's say his game was free on Steam, he might make more money with the free game than with a paid game, because he might have more people playing it. You seem to be rather blaming the devs for giving out the keys in good faith when they really don't know better because they're just little devs. No, but that's what I'm saying, though. I'm saying that's the point. That should be the point of the video. Like, the entire point of this video should be, don't give the keys out, right? Like, the point should be, if you're giving keys out, give everyone 1 key. If they ask for more keys, don't trust them. And also explicitly tell them, this is a review code, it's for you, you can't share this with anyone, you can't resell it. And then you also have some legal recourse, right? Like, that should be the video here. That should be like 5 minutes. He doesn't need all this stuff to build up to it. He's just been like, hey, I found out that you know, this code that I put on this website was given to them by a Steam curator that I gave the code to. That's big news. That seems like huge news. I don't know when this came out. I've heard nothing about this, right? Let me roll the true preying on the indie devs who are being hopeful. They don't know better. Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. Like, but the problem is that the problem with this video, right, is that because it took him 11 minutes, 15 minutes, 12 minutes to get to that point, most people are not gonna get to there. You know what I mean? So this video is valuable, but the problem is that all the value is back-ended. The entire start of the video, complete garbage, useless. All of this. If you know nothing about what a reseller is, sure, but he could have done, like, why is he nitpicking that they got, like, the Swedish kroner name wrong? What's the point of nitpicking that? Like, who cares? That's such like a pointless thing, right? He should have just he could have said, here's how these websites work. You know, here's some testimonies from people. Sometimes they get bad codes, blah 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 blah. That could be in the first 1 minute, and then just say, here's what I found out. Curators on Steam that I sent the codes to are reselling those codes. That should be in the video. That's what I'm saying. I'm not blaming indie devs for this. I'm saying, like, this seems like huge news that they should be very off. But I don't think this video explains that point very well. This isn't new either. There's multiple videos on this already, especially about asking for review copy crap. I know about this. Oh yeah, okay. I had no idea. This is the first time I hear about it. I've never heard of this before. And I think, but like, how do you handle this from Steam's side, though? Let's just go back here. How do you handle it from Steam's side? Like, what does Steam do here? Like, if I prove that a Steam curator resold my key, can Steam do anything? Like, I don't think so, right? Like, what would Steam do?
What is it now? I shall go forth at your command.
What do you need? I am skilled in avoidance.
I don't know, is it against TS or anything? I don't think so. Ban those curious and educate the devs. Yeah, but ban them for what, though?
Yoshimo is willing. Yes?
Onward, then.
You require... You're right behind me, right?
To the task at hand.
They're very slow now.
Very well. Hiya.
Something you need.
I command pure chaos!
Yeah, okay. Well, that also makes sense. Those both make sense.
As you will.
Present the sword, and
Speak
I
your
shall
mind.
strike. These trees
Oh,
and
this
glades
thing?
hide horrors of all manner. Watch your backs.
Of course.
Let's see how much Baldur's Gate 2 is on Kingwin. I feel like the problem from Steam's perspective is that if I'm a curator and I email someone, I say, hey MC, can I get five review copies of your indie game? And MC's like, oh yeah, sure, here. And then I grab those and I resell them. Have I done something illegal?
I demand that
Like,
we stop.
If
The day was not this long,
422 on
even when I
G2A,
led
nice.
soldiers in the order.
If MC specifically said,
I
these
think
are review codes, you
would
can
be of little
only
use here.
you can only use these for
What
personal
else
use.
does
They
a
cannot
bear
be sold.
up in the woods?
Then maybe that would be illegal at that point. Oh,
Victory? Unclear. Destruction? Certain.
To battle with no regrets.
I can't rip it no matter.
Pay attention.
Maybe as a TS of Steam, that would be very specific though. Does anyone ever actually use Steam curators? Like, I've never really understood the point of Steam curators.
Nature's servant awaits.
Nature's servant awaits. No, fuck that. Yeah, I just don't like know what the point of them are.
Every hamster, nothing dangerous, I would hope.
All the popular ones are just dumb memes anyway. It's just this part of like Steam that I don't understand, I guess. Baldur's Gate 3, $20, damn.
Something you need.
I wouldn't dream
Yeah,
of
probably
refusing.
from a different country or something. Why did I get to this game legit? What is this? Asking for your copy should be enough indication of an intent, and if it's a repeat pattern, then that should be enough. Maybe, yeah, I mean. I can check which games are woke if they are on Sweet Baby Inc. detected list. I've heard about this Sweet Baby thing, but I have no idea what it is. They're like a diversity company or something like that, and a lot of people are upset because they do diversity and people say they like ruin games or something. Yeah, I don't know how Steam handles that from their side.
I demand that we stop. The day was not this long, even when I led soldiers in the order.
Hold on! Magical trap ahead.
Surprised? No, I guess you wouldn't be by now. Anyway, this one's a little different.
It's a polymorph trap.
Say you're a rampaging ogre and you're walking down the path like we are. Now because you're a rampaging ogre, you don't have a clever wild mage to keep you from doing foolish things. So you step into the trap and zap, you're a squirrel. Oh. Oh, there's
Wait,
squirrels.
what? Oh no! What are those squirrels doing on the other side of the trap? Watch out!
Wait, why would it work like that? Oh god. What the hell?
What do you... I can dance on the head of a pin as well.
Not good. Yes.
To battle with no regrets. That's not right.
Not good.
Those are people who check if Finnish writers do accidental racism in Alan Wake 2 and crap, but nothing interesting. It's in almost every game woke now, except Helldivers 2, just good old fascism. Helldivers 2 is probably pretty woke as well, to be honest.
Oh, yes.
I hear you well enough.
Wait, so how would this work?
You require my fleet of foot and
Does
all
this
that.
work for me too? I'm carrying too much weight. Alright, let me just put all my stuff on the ground real quick. During combat? Well, who am I in combat with?
Can we go whack something now?
Love how mad Warhammer Crew got when the company said racist and bad. Yeah, that was definitely interesting. There we go. Okay, so that only works for other people. It doesn't work for me. Gotcha.
You know, my last owner always said I was sharp
I'm
and
ready,
edgy.
I think.
He was such an ass.
Yeah, Warhammer people freaking out because the company
on the head of a pin as well.
Yes.
just said, "Hey, we don't support fascism." That's what they said. I think they said like we are anti-Nazis. People are like, "Why are you making this political?" There. Kompis. Skal jeg banke deg opp, eller? Skal du ha helt juling? Kom her, da. Kom her, da. Skal du ha juling? Hæ?
I am at peace in the outdoor places, though it never seems to last.
I do think for that video it would be interesting to see what your recourse is as an indie developer. Like, it would have been cool if you told us if you could get those keys removed or something. If you could like contact, like what was the follow up to that talk they had?
I command pure chaos! Kinda. Get down, everyone!
No regrets. Feel the backhand of justice!
What is it now?
What do you need? I am skilled.
Man,
in
that we
poisons.
stop.
I wouldn't
The day
dream
was
of
not this
refusing.
long, even when I led soldiers in the order.
I can't wait to just accidentally run into another trap. Kill the shaman! Kill the witch doctor!
With no regrets.
Kill the kobold commando!
Fear is for those of no
What the-
confidence.
Oh, there's a trap there, guys. Oh, there was a trap there. We found the trap.
Can we lose some of this trash?
Wait.
I can't carry anymore.
Oh, she has a bunch of scrolls on her. I forgot about that. She's a scroll skank. What are these? Good berries? What else? Oh, because there was a shaman. That makes sense, I guess. I put a heal spell in here by accident that I didn't want here. This thing.
A little help here.
Please,
Need speedy assistance.
someone,
Aid soon.
anyone.
I shall not be able to
Are we gonna kill something now?
I am
Come on,
ready,
baby. Something small. Anything. Huh?
Yes. Of course.
What do you need?
I just immediately,
I can dance
immediately
on the head
forgot
of a
about
pin
it.
as well.
I was kind of thinking I might have like used it up, but
I wouldn't dream of refusing.
I guess this trap's a little bit more potent. Also, I guess to be fair to him, he did say that he hasn't really done videos like that before, so...
I demand that we stop. The day was not this long, even when I led soldiers in the Order.
Speaking snake, death awaits, human. Death awaits, and I show the way. What's wrong, Nera? You startled me.
That snake just spoke like a man! Kill it! Kill it with knives!
What the hell? Calm down, Nera. We shouldn't do anything rash.
But... Snake? Snake?
Right, but that's not an argument, just an observation.
We have one rule at the refuge. No snakes. Actually, we have a lot of rules, but the no snakes one is pretty big.
Metal Gear. If snakes belong to one of my people, I wasn't told about it. All the more reason to investigate.
Shoot yourself, but don't expect me to join you.
I refuse to die just because you happen to be insanely curious about this talking snake. Why are you here, snake? Ho there, slit of britches. Are you human? Have you been transformed?
Death awaits, and I show the way. I am no man, but the snake at the door of death.
So you have not been transformed. There's danger ahead, you say?
Death and death alone. Pass me and you will see.
Anything else to add?
The death awaits.
You play this part well. I hope you're getting compensated with voles and small mice. Goodbye. You're right. Death is awaiting. Prepare to meet it, snake. I'll take what little you told me into consideration. Thank you and farewell. All right.
Stay out.
What the hell?
Feel the
For
backhand
the love
of
of drum cake!
justice!
That wasn't even
With
close, was
vengeance.
it?
That was the snake's fault. I can't be held responsible for that.
What is it now?
You require my counsel, yes? Something you need? Oh, yes.
The one thing I don't like, I think we probably talked about this before a lot of times, but the one thing I don't like about the trap finding in particular is just that it feels like it's more effective to just quick save and then just walk somewhere. And be like, okay, what's our trap here? Oh yeah, there was a trap right there. Okay. Great example. Load.
I don't know what you were expecting.
Of course.
Walk
But as a
forward.
sword, I'm
ready.
pretty one-dimensional in what
I can dance on the head of a pin as well.
Oh cool, there's a trap there. Disarm. Alright, quick save.
I
Walk up
wouldn't
here.
dream of refusing.
Any traps? So now instead of walking slowly, I'm just baiting traps. If there's a trap here, I'll just walk into it.
I demand that we stop. The day was not this long, even when I led soldiers in the Order.
So now I just locked this entire area. I didn't wait once, and if I ran into a trap, I could just quick load it. Would have been way faster. Would have been faster than doing this. Walk forwards, wait 6 seconds, walk forwards. I mean, all those traps and crap in those CRPGs just don't do it, or do full in story like Endaline Tower. Yeah, sure. Or shit in those CRPGs. Yeah. I think traps are fine if they're used as parts of like optional puzzles and things like that, where it's like, you know, failing this puzzle you hit the trap, or if you interact with something in a weird way you get the trap, or if they're very non-detrimental but incentivize you to have a character with you that can deal with traps. So let's say that the traps in this, they would go off and you would get hit and your character would take 10 damage, right? Now I'm incentivized to have a thief with me that I check with traps for, but if I don't care to, I can just tank some damage, use some heals, whatever. But the problem with this is, like, if I don't disarm that fireball trap, it's just going to keep casting fireballs, and it does AoE damage, so I'm getting hit by multiple fireballs. So I can't just ignore them in this. and dealing with them is annoying. So it's kind of like a double-edged blade for me, at least. I do agree that if it's like very set up that this is like a hugely trapped area too, because some of the traps feel very arbitrary, where it's just kind of like why would there even be a trap there? In this area, it is set up in the story. It's supposed to be part of the story, so that's kind of okay. But simultaneously, there's not traps everywhere. And there's no visual indicators. Like, when we ran into it was in Durlag's tower in the basement, where I ran into a trap corridor. And then afterwards, I was like, oh, there's like a million corpses here. Like, of course there were traps there. Would be cool if you could use to deal with enemies. Oh yeah, that would be really cool. Like, have alternate ways. Yeah, and also alternate ways to deal with them, right? Would be cool if you didn't need a thief with trap finding and disarm to deal with them. If I could, like, poke the trap with a stick or interact with something, you know, send a bunch of chickens running over it. Stuff like that could be cool. Because I mean, there's no way you're playing through this game without a thief or someone that can detect traps and disarm them in your party, right? I don't think anyone would do that. I think you would have to be mad, right?
Hark, wayward wanderer! I set out a fortnight ago. Turn around! Turn around! The path ahead is treacherous and leads nowhere.
Tell me, friend, what can I do to aid you? I see your cart has broken down. Also, you know, it needs to be slightly prefaced that we're talking about a game from 2000, from the year 2000 or something here. So I'm not expecting this to be like revolutionary in terms of the game mechanics. Like, it's fine for the time. It's just, from a modern perspective, this feels very slow.
You can do nothing for me. It's been a fortnight since I set out. Turn around! Turn around!
If you've been traveling so long, you must be weary and hungry. Let me help.
No, you can do nothing for me. I've been on the road a fortnight, you see. Turn around! Turn around!
There's no need to be stubborn and proud, friend. There must be plenty I can do no matter how long you've been out here.
I've been on the road for a fortnight, and I set out a fortnight ago. Turn around.
I don't think any game did it better than Baldur's Gate 1. What, traps? I don't really understand. Let's change the subject. Perhaps you can answer some other questions. I genuinely don't remember how traps worked in Pathfinder Kingmaker. I genuinely don't recall.
A fortnight!
You're speaking of the video game sensation Fortnite by Epic Games? You've been playing it? What is your favorite skin and what is your level in the battle pass? You're making no sense. What do you mean?
Fortnight.
A little help here.
Okay. Okay, that was fair. That was very fair. I think that was very fair. That exploding robot man had a lot of stuff on him, huh? Alright, now we just load.
Let's kill something now.
Of course.
And I walk up here again.
I'm ready.
Make sure trap finding is
I
on.
can dance on the head of a pin as well.
Oh, there we go.
Yes.
Alright, we should be able to
Demand
walk
that we stop.
all the way up here
The
now.
day was not this long, even when I led soldiers in the order.
Do Squirrel. What if I could kite that squirrel down to that trap? And I already disarmed it, so. The bridge appears to be rotted and uncrossable. The water is formulated polluted with magic. It has an unwholesome, airy look that is distinctly unwelcoming. Okay, but that's just an illusion, though. Who has the healing ring right now? Is it Minsk? Why is he regenerating so slowly suddenly? Well, let's step up.
Oh, I remember this one. Watch this. Isn't this great? You don't want to know how many eyelashes I had to yank out to make this work.
Minsk leveled up.
You point, I punch.
Level 2 spells. 1. Additional hit point gains 3. Slow poison.
Oh, yes.
Talk a second.
What's on your mind? Of course, Nera. Talking to you is one of the greatest pleasures of my life.
I don't even know if you're joking. I wanted to talk about the way we left things back on the Sword Coast.
And how did we leave things?
I'm not sure. That's kind of why I brought it up.
I don't recall because I'm an NPC from a sequel and I didn't save all the choices.
There's no easy way to say this. I just wanted you to know that, well, a lot's happened since the Sword Coast. For both of us.
Alright, who was he? Yes, did you have something particular in mind?
Actually, yes. I met someone.
Ooh!
It's over now between me and him. Not that that means anything. I just thought you should know.
So that's it? Just one? Good thing I'm not keeping score. I'm glad you told me, Nera, really.
Really? Good. Let's get moving. And I thought my first wild surge was awkward.
I'm confused. Does she remember that we banged, or is that just a random conversation? Yeah, sometimes.
Just as I thought.
I'm home! Hey, hey, hey!
Hey, 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 hey!
It's old, does it? Good to see you. And you too, Talana. Sorry it took me so long to get back. Long story short, I gave away my last talisman. Teleporting didn't work, and I had to walk here from the city. This person helped clear a path through the woods.
I don't think the music is loud. I think her voice is just low.
Stop giving them dirty looks, Hayes. You have no reason to be suspicious. They're a good sort.
Imagine you show up here with just like a pure evil party, like you're really vehemently evil, all the other people are really evil in your group.
Perhaps I misjudged you. I'm Hayes.
Pardon, my husband. It is a pleasure to meet you. I am Talana.
A pleasure to meet you as well, Talana, and you, Hayes.
Great! I can really feel the bonhomie. Best get down to business quick, though.
Bonhomie? What the hell is a bonhomie? Bonhomie definition. Oh. Cheerful friendliness, geniality. Okay.
As you might have guessed, we need help against the Thayans.
I like when they stop voicing right when I take a drink. They have an organization that's kidnapping, studying, and doing who knows what else to wild mages. They call it the Order of the Eight Staves.
Talana, Hayes, and I created the Hidden Refuge about a month ago.
It's more than a sanctuary, it's our little way to organize efforts against the Red Wizards. I haven't been back in a while, so Talana probably has some news. Do you have any questions before she tells us what's been happening? How did you three meet?
I'd just come to Ethkatla. And
At
I saw
Cathla.
these two in the Bridge District. There was something familiar about them.
Wild magic use are pretty fascinating, turning heads wherever they go, you know? Or maybe the smell of singed hair tipped me off.
Don't be silly, Nira. You weren't nearly close enough to smell us, and I hadn't had a wild surge
Smell
for
us?
days.
Oh, right. Thanks. Warning. Talana is so literal-minded.
If you tell her she needs to catch a 40 wings, the next thing you know, she'll be pawing carefully at her eyes. Understood now, where were you?
Oh, right. So, Hayes and Talana noticed me following them and thought I was an agent of the Order.
They cornered me and we all let loose. The only reason we didn't fry each other was because the Cowl Wizard showed up. They gave us a little warning, the three of us started talking, and we realized that we had what we had in common. The rest is history.
Anything else you want to know?
Tell me about the Order.
Beyond their eagerness to hunt us down like stray kobolds, we don't know much.
Their interest in wild magic certainly does seem extraordinary. I mean, I'm a wild mage, right? But I'm into other things too. Really long walks, carrying lots of gems and crossbow bolts, men with beards, the list goes on. But the Order is obsessed. Crossbow bolts? She can't even use a crossbow.
The woman you saw, Lanith, seems to be their leader, at least in awe.
It seems like every Thayan I've ever met is another Thayan's puppet. Oh, okay. Who knows who's really pulling their strings?
Very well. After you left, Nira, I was able to recruit 2 wild mages. With your rescue of Merith...
She got here safe then? Oh, that's great. Merith is the little girl I gave my talisman to in Athkatla.
Gareth Garrettson.
Right. With Merith and the 2 new wild mages, there are now 11 of us.
I tried to recruit one more, and the 11 mage Daxis, but he refused.
Really? Did your husband give him a dirty look?
No. He said that he was too famous and too powerful to be kidnapped by red wizards. He doesn't really understand the danger of the Order.
Another problem that came up, Noctor. That's our magical artificer, Gareth Garrettson, has run out of materials for the talisman of the Heartfire that teleports us to the camp.
I see. Well, I'm glad you're here. Sounds like we've got lots of work to do.
Feel free to look around the camp and talk to people if you want to help out. Noctor would be a good person to start with. Thank you, Nira. I'm glad to help.
We'd be grateful for any help you could give.
Please speak to me before you leave the refuge. I think Daxus could be in grave danger. It'd be wonderful if you could convince him to come here soon. So there's 11 people in this giant encampment with these huge walls. Alright, well, let's start with this guy, I guess.
Sorry I was abrupt earlier. Did you need something?
Hello, Hayes. I have some questions for you.
Okay, shoot.
Tell me about Helena.
She's my wife. You've met her.
My wife?
If you want to know more about her, she's standing right over there.
I see. Can I ask you something else?
Okay, shoot.
Tell me about yourself. What did you do before all this?
I made money trading in clothes and textiles. Now, as you can see, I stand in the middle of the woods and guard lunatics.
It feels like such an interesting choice what they choose to voice in this game and what isn't voiced. Like, part of side story quests are voiced, but it's like the conversation between Nira and her friends wasn't voiced entirely, but like this is voiced. But I wonder if part of the partial voice acting for some stuff is that they wrote the other lines later. Like they voice act the thing, and then they like put it in. They were like, oh, we need a little bit more context there or whatever. Could be a thing, I guess. That's quite a change. Can I ask you something else?
Okay, shoot.
You seem unhappy here. Why is that?
I was a merchant. Talana and I had a place in Athkatla and a small country home near Trademeet.
Now I'm poor, hunted, and in no position to be doing out favors. Well, that's why I'm here, isn't it? For the sake of charity? Perhaps you should have been made of sterner stuff. That's too bad, Hayes. Can I ask you something else?
Okay, shoot.
Can you tell me anything about the other wild mages?
Nothing nice. If you're curious about them, talk to them. Okay, shoot.
Has the Order been much trouble?
That's why we're here, isn't it?
This is Baldur Sanchez in content. Yeah, I know that. I'm just saying, like, I wonder why it would be like that. Damn, look at the voice volume compared to music volume. And it's still that loud? How's that even possible? So I guess it must just be these specific voice lines that are just, like, really low. I get that this is an autistic content. I'm just saying, like we don't have all of Nero voiced, but we have like all of this guy's bonus questions voiced. Just seems like a weird choice, I guess. I kind of prefer like obviously once again old game, and this is Baldur's Gate was released in your show, but this is the Enhanced Edition, I guess 2016, whatever. But I usually prefer. I think I prefer the like.
The day was not
all the main story stuff voiced, side story stuff not voiced, instead of like, oh yeah, this one piece of dialogue is voiced. Generally speaking, I think I prefer that.
Hello again. I hope looking around has convinced you to help. The elven mage I mentioned, Daxus Terralome, is at Delosar's Inn in Athkatla's Bridge district.
I'm not sure how he spends his days, but evenings he can be found in the inn's common room. Please go and convince him to come to us. He is certain to attract the Order's attention soon if he hasn't already. Consider it done.
Thank you so much. My husband is journeying to Athkatla for supplies.
I'll make sure his visit overlaps with yours. Ideally, you'd use one of Noctor's talismans to send Daxus to us. But if Noctor can't forge one in time, Hayes can escort him here. Hayes will be south of Delosar's if you need him. I need a few things, but you can trust me to get this done.
Good. Do you have any questions before you get going?
I'd like to hear more about Hayes. He's your husband?
Yes, and he's a good man to put up with all this.
I know he'd rather be back in Athkatla or in trade meet, but our talent as wild mages means we can't live ordinary lives. Not until the Thayan threat in Alm is gone. Anyway, he may seem gruff, but as his wife, I can tell you that he is a tolerant and kind.
Any other questions?
Tell me more about Daxus. How will I recognize him?
An odd character. But look at the company I keep.
He seems overconfident, like many wild mages I've met. He has an independent streak that's less streak than an entire canvas. You'll see what I mean when you meet him. Don't worry about being able to recognize him. That won't be a problem.
Any other questions?
How do you feel about the hidden refuge?
Mira is passionate about it, and her passion is somewhat contagious.
Somewhat contagious? Thanks for the ringing endorsement, Talana.
I just wish it weren't necessary.
Hayes and I are willing to do whatever it takes to keep our magical brothers and sisters safe, but I would rather have a quiet home in the city than hide out here. But the refuge is far, far better than rotting in some Red Wizard's laboratory.
Any other questions?
Has Nira been helpful?
Hold it! You never told me you were gonna ask for references.
More than helpful.
See?
The hidden refuge simply wouldn't exist if not for her.
It was her idea to set up camp here, to install the magical wards, and to recruit other wild mages to the cause.
Pretty good, huh?
Any other questions?
No.
Farewell. Tomorrow be with you.
Timora?
May you find Daxus less stubborn than I did.
Who are you?
Who are
don't
you?
matter. Want some rye? Course you do.
I am Gareth Garrettson. Who might you be?
Name's Miranda. Pleased to see your face and make its acquaintance. I'm no good with names. If you can remember mine, you've already beaten me. I forgot yours by the end of the first syllable.
Hey, I take it you sell drinks.
Nah, I just try and keep camp spirits up for free. No selling.
Oh, free drinks. Nice. Like that. I'm a fan of that. Drinks my husband, drinks my lord, and drinks my tryst when I get bored. I do have some questions, if you don't mind.
Go ahead and ask.
You're a dwarf and a wild mage? I've never heard of such a thing.
Aye, it's odd enough.
But you've heard of a dwarf who likes to drink, I'm sure. So at least I'm half right, I meant no offense.
None taken, none taken. I was just toying with you. Now, as to your question.
I don't know why, but since I was a lass, there were always two things I wanted more than anything else in life: to make my foes go whoosh, and strong, endless drink. I had a talent, rare talent, wild talent. Lost my clan because of it, but there's some trades worth making.
Was that all? Or do you have something else that needs asking? Go ahead and ask.
How did you come to be here?
That's quite the tale. I'll just give you the short version.
I was one of the very first Talana and Nera rescued. I was already in the Order's clutches when these two flanked my escort and let loose with some of the wildest heaven-heaving stuff I'd ever seen.
Nahal's reckless dreamer is some spell, I'll say.
Anyway, I made myself home here quick enough after that.
Is that all? Or do you have something else that needs asking? Go ahead and ask.
You're quite a drinker, eh?
I've had my share.
Ha! I see that look. More than my share, though not more than my fair share. Any share is fair enough to me, but be it more than a thimble. So I'm your average dwarf, except for one thing, maybe.
Maybe it's the wild mage in me coming out, but I can't stand not tasting something new once in a while.
Most dwarves would drink the same mountain swill from crib to dust crib, but I'm always hankering for the latest brew. Old Vaiteri in trade meat was just getting a shipment from Lurien. I dearly love a sample. If you happen to run by his place in your travels, get a calculate for me and I'll pay you well. Sure.
Was that all? Or do you have something else that needs asking?
Welcome, welcome. Nera brought you, so I
brought
trust
you.
for a good sort. She has done so much for me, for Talana, for everyone. I am Noctor, also known as Noctor the Fizzled.
Not the most complimentary sobriquet? Something like that? But apt. What can I do for you? Greetings, Noctor. Why don't you tell me about yourself?
Me? Well, I was among the first to see the wisdom in setting up camp here.
I just had a giga realization in my brain. We're doing modern RPGs again now. I was thinking something about this feels off, and it's the fact that once again in the modern gaming part of the game, we enter a place with people in it, and then we can ask all these people like a billion questions about their lives. Maybe we'll have a good example of this soon, of what this would look like in like normal Baldur's Gate, at least in Baldur's Gate 1. Where it's like, you can still ask people about things, and they have things to say, but usually it's like very succinct and it's very to the point. Like, look at how much text this is. I was among the first to see the wisdom in setting up camp here. I think I speak for us all when I say I hope it's temporary measure, that the first day will pass, or at least diminish, but while it is strong, I feel we have no choice but to band together and do what we can to protect our own.
As for me, what can I say? I'm from Perskal, a trade city here in Arm.
I've a fair hand with metal and wood. Some have called me a craftsman. I call myself a tinker. It's a bit less pretentious. I do have a knack with certain magic items.
Is there anything else you want to discuss?
Why do they call you the Fizzled?
Have you ever seen wild magic at work? If you have, consider yourself lucky.
It rarely works at all. I'm particularly prone to having spell fizzle.
I have a theory that the magical energy that seems to fizzle is really just stored up inside me.
It helps me do what I do best, craft magical trinkets. But it's just a theory, and it's possible I developed it to make myself feel better.
Is there anything else you wanted to discuss?
Tell me about the talisman of the heart fire.
They can only be used once, and the components to create them are quite costly. But in these dangerous times, they are necessary.
I don't suppose you'd be willing to search for donate some of the things I need. I would be happy to help in any way I can.
Wonderful, wonderful. I hope you do not have second thoughts when you hear what the items are. One talisman of the Hearthfire requires a silver necklace,
okay,
2 diamonds, and 3,000 gold pieces.
Okay. I don't spend the gold. I melt it down and must have a large supply so I can get things just right. Very well, consider it done.
Excellent. Return to me with the items, and I should be able to make a talisman in short order. Is there anything else you wanted to discuss?
You were selling a few magical crafts.
Alas, no. Most of the items I make these days would not be of much use to adventurers.
Crafting such things is within my power, but I have my work cut out for me, mending and making things for the camp.
Is there anything else you wanted to discuss?
Where there's a silver necklace, there must be a silver door. Diamond? Diamond. Okay. So we're almost at one necklace. I'm just gonna go grab some more water and go for a little pee break. Here, I'll be back in like 2 minutes. No, I mean, listen, I don't care that much about I don't care that much about spoilers. That's a Japanese keyboard thing. Oh yeah? What about this Japanese keyboard thing? Points at American keyboard. Ha, you bitch! Ooh. Little did he know that he was racing against a champion. That's me. I know Cyril Papa cried that they recorded for the game. How did they record that? Did they also run over a dog with a horse? Don't let them recover dead to the campfire.
Yes, and they are using glitch board. Oh fuck, it's burning.
Where's the ignition on this thing? Oh my god, there's a... Oh my god! The fucking wasp nest in that thing! Did I die?
Countless ways.
This is my favorite clip. Whatever I just said, I agree with that.
Manufacturing high-strength construction materials. It is most prominently used to enable faster-than-light space travel.
React harder. What? What? Us. I look forward to getting to like regular content now, just to see if what I'm saying kind of adds up with the dialogue.
What? Oh, greetings.
What's wrong? You seem to be looking for something. Like I feel like this camp so far has had more dialogue, like individual dialogue, than a whole like area in Atkatla. You seem to be looking for
Looking? Yes, I am looking for something. Somebody, in fact. Somebody's to be most accurate of all. Abby, Connie, Alta, Divine, Chanticleer, Evo, Lucy, and Nectar. Seen them about?
These people are your friends? They are lost?
They aren't people. They're very different from people. They're wise and fast, beautiful, soft and agile.
Agile? You mean they are agile?
They're cats. My sweet little babies.
You're missing your cats. Perhaps I can do something. Tell me more about you.
Gosh, I'm Beriding. My father was Barbolding. My mother was Esmerading, nay Dang.
Born and raised in Ulm, discovered my wild magic, and at the age of 33, employed for 42 years as a task clerk in the government district. Great dislike for rhubarb. Most importantly, my cats are missing. Thank you. Now what happened?
There were cats in the area when we settled here. I began feeding them. Soon I had a small colony.
It was wonderful. They seemed to love me as much as I love them. But then, curse my luck, a wild surge from one of my spells sent them scattering. I've called and called, but they do not come. I'd like to help you, but tell me something about yourself first. I will do what I can to find them.
Wonderful.
I hope the snake was one of them.
And they can only be in one place now, the wild forest.
Just take this food and lure them to you. If you bring all 8 back, I'll give you a reward. Oh, I apologize if I was rude earlier. Think nothing of it. Farewell, Berard. I will return with your cats. That's kind of what I mean. It's like, why am I getting that guy's backstory? Why do I care? It feels so, like, irrelevant. Thank you, random NPC, for telling me personally about yourself so I can go retrieve your cats.
Ah, the agents of the Society of the Black
Yo,
Metal.
Jack, what's up?
We thought you might come for us. Good thing we have an assortment of items with which to defeat you.
You must have me confused with someone else. My name is Gareth's son.
It is? Well, you're not part of the Society as far as we know, unless you're in disguise like that troublesome genie. We knew it. We saw the twinkle in your eye just now. Go on, go on. We have our mortality and the dismal destiny of our kingdom to contemplate.
Our heir is enslaved by an evil wizard for all we know, and may at this very moment be cleaning a chicken coop on some forlorn crag. You seem to be quite the state. Is there anything I can do to help?
Help? No. We've always solved our problems by ourselves, and in the most ludicrous ways imaginable. Off with you.
I take my leave of you with pleasure, Your Majesty.
Poor King Graham. He's a wild mage, all right, but he needs other kinds of help. Lana and I saved him from a beating by some thugs at the Copper Coronet. That "we" stuff didn't go over well. Neither did the random color sprays.
All right.
Whoa, long time no see.
Whoa.
Wait.
Radical,
I guess you just
man.
have one of those
like
faces, man.
Man, that's
Who are you?
radical.
Me? I'm standing here, relaxing in the breeze, you know.
I'm Gareth Garrettson. I'm trying to get to know everyone. What's your name?
Zaviak. Good to meet you. What was your name again? Well, it doesn't really matter, I guess. You see all these trees around us?
Of course I see the trees.
But do you see them? I could stand here and watch them for hours. This forest is, like, immense.
Yeah, man, I see it. It's immense. The immensity.
It's everything. It's like the whole universe rolled into a ball of wild green forest life. You know, I really wish Wilson were here. He'd love to see this.
Oh, there we go, Wilson. Wilson?
That's right. Best bear in the world. That guy had heart, you know. Anyway, I haven't seen him around for a bit. Tell him I said hey if you see him. I'm gonna get back to doing the brews.
Zaviak's great, but I think he got knocked on the head a few too many times in the Black Pits.
The Black Pits?
He's our resident alchemist. We only use his potions as a last resort. His magic tends to make them go a little funny.
Hey, man, you're back. Sorry, man. I'm in the middle of something beautiful.
Sorry, man.
I can't really explain.
Look at people there, too. Reginald?
I've heard of you. I'll make this short. I'm Reginald. You're not. Talk's done.
Hello, Reginald. I see you're a half-orc.
So you have eyes. Good. No more talking. Go.
A half-orc wild mage, eh? You must have quite a fascinating story.
Idle chat makes me angry. Go.
Reginald gets angry very easily. Hayes didn't want him here at all on account of his temper.
I thought changing his name from Rugler to Reginald would help, but well, you can take the name out of the half-orc tribesman, but you can't take the half-orc tribesman out of the half-orc tribesman. Ah, because as a half-orc, he's naturally inclined to be violent.
Why are you still here? I said go.
Relax, Reginald. Perhaps you're unhappy because you haven't had a good long walk in a while.
That's it. I'll give you one chance to walk away, else I attack.
Very well, I'm walking away.
You know, what now?
I had a question.
I have no need of further talk. You have no need of further talk.
But I do. Please, just one question.
Don't talk. Go.
I implore
Better
you.
Implore the sky.
Sky less likely to beat you into bloody pulp. I beseech you then.
That's it. I'll give you one chance to walk away.
I cannot stand up from a challenge. I just want to see if he... What the hell? Reginald.
Something you need.
This is not a good look, Reginald. Here, let me...
To battle with no regrets.
I surrender. Do not kill me.
Ooh, throw a coin in that fountain.
Onward then.
I surrender. Do not kill me. I surrender.
Okay, I'm not gonna instigate Reginald. Oh,
You point, I punch.
Fully healed. Give a ring to Mr. Man here, who... Well, a lot of people actually need the ring, but we'll start there.
Greetings. I am Amanis Kall, lately of Kalimshan. This is my son, Kirik.
Kirik.
Welcome to the Hidden Refuge. I overheard Helena speaking to you. I hope that you can help us. You must have many questions. If you have any for me, I'd be pleased to answer them.
See what I mean? Like, every character just has like a story. How did you come to be here, Amanis?
Not long ago, I fled to Athkatla with my son.
I took a room that overlooked the water. It was quiet, but I was very afraid the Red Wizard would find me in Kirik. I was also afraid that I would soon run out of money.
By chance, I overheard another guest at the inn, an elf named Daxus, discussing a wild mage camp.
You cannot imagine my astonishment. He was speaking to Talana. I interrupted, explained myself, and implored her to take us here. Kirik has a talent too, you know? A fact with which I struggle.
That is my tale, or part of it. Would you like to know anything else?
How did you come to be here, Amanis?
Not long ago. That is my tale, or
you are
part
from Kalishan?
Yes. I am a Kalishite, originally from the great city of Kalimport.
As a traveler performing, however, I have not stayed in any one place for long since I was a child, though I never left Kalimshan till recently.
That is my tale, or part of it.
What happened to Kirik's
Would you like
father?
To know it, alas? His death is partly why I am here, so far from the country that I know and love.
He was also a wild mage, and together we used our unique gifts to entertain. I know now how foolish and dangerous this was, but performing gave us places in the world and a chance to raise our son well.
Emissaries of the Order saw one of our performances and killed my husband on the spot.
I was lucky and escaped, fleeing with my Kirik to Amn. Forgive me for crying. We have saying in Kalimshan. The ocean is made of mother's tears.
That is my tale, or part of it. Would you like to know anything else?
Honey, no, nothing more.
Where Minsk goes, evil stands.
Wrong.
I didn't do anything.
Why, hello there. Hi, what is your name, boy?